Hello everyone, my name is Saurabh Kumar and I welcome you all to my video series of AWS training where we have reached in part number 31, and in this session we will be going with some of the hands-on lab of cloud formation, because in previous session we have already talked about cloud formation, what it is, how does it work, and we have also seen some of the practical of cloud formation. So in this session we will be continuing that. We will be using this time sample templates, as well as we will be trying to create some template by the help of designer, which is available in cloud formation. So this session is going to be completely practical and it will be very interesting. So let's begin. So to complete today's task, obviously, as I said, it's going to be completely practical. So we have to log into the AWS account and we will be performing all the practical there itself. So let's do that. Let's try to log in. So I go to sign into console. As soon as we will logged in, we are going to look for the service that is CloudFormation. So because we have recently visited, it can be accessed from here, or either you can go and you can look here as well in the management and governance. This is CloudFormation, or either we can search also by typing here. So let us try to open CloudFormation here. So now we have reached to CloudFormation. In the previous session, we have seen how to create a stack. So similarly, same function we are going to use today itself. We are going to click on create a stack. Now, when we go to create a stack, let's have a look here. Here are three options. Template is ready, use a sample template, and create template in designer. So yesterday I have shown you one example with this one. Template is ready, and if you remember, we just made one notepad file. We uploaded on S3 and we pasted here the URL of that file, and that's how the JSON script was running and it was doing our task. Today we will be going with the first example of use a sample template. Let's try to see what we can do with the help of sample template. So let's choose this option, sample template. When we use sample template option, then it is going to give me an option here to select a sample template from available templates offered by Amazon AWS. So here you see these are some of the sample stacks are. One is LAMP stack, Ruby on Rails stack, then WordPress blog, or you want to go for LAMP stack for multiple applicability zone, simple. Ruby on Rails stack on multiple applicability zone. Then for Windows related also there are two type of a stack. One with window feature and role. If you want to maybe make a Windows instance where you already want to have some feature and role already installed, then you can go with this stack. Do you want to create maybe an instance with the help of CloudFormation where there will be a Windows operating system including the Active Directory, then you can go with this. Then you can go for CloudFormer. So these are some of the stacks are which we can use. These are the samples offered by Amazon. So today we are going to learn how we can create a stack with the help of any sample template. So let's use any one of them. Let me maybe go with the first one itself, which is called LAMP stack. What is the meaning of LAMP here? We have discussed it before as well. LAMP means L representing Linux, so it will be creating a Linux instance, where A for Apache, so it will be running a Apache web server on it. M for MySQL, so there will be a database running on it, that is MySQL, and P for PHP, so it will be giving a compatibility of PHP. You can host a PHP website where the web server is Apache, the background database will be MySQL, and the operating system is going to be Linux. So if we go with the LAMP stack, meaning that we are going to create a EC2 instance which will be having Linux, Apache, MySQL and PHP. So now let's try to go with it. Lamp stack, I choose. So you see it is already going to choose that lamp stack template from its own S3, that is external. It is stored on the external S3. It's not my S3. It is not my stored in not in my bucket. It is stored somewhere on S3 of Amazon. So I'm just choosing this sample template. By default, it will take the URL. You can check in View Designer also. If do you want to check that what this stack is going to perform task? If you want to check, you can check in the View in Designer. Because we know what a stack will be doing. It will be doing my multiple activity, whatever you have defined here. So if you want to check, you can click on View in Designer. Click on View in Designer. Here it is going to open for me the designer, and it will be showing me the graphical way that what exactly this stack will do if I execute. So you see this stack will be doing two tasks. It will be creating one, that is security group. So it will create a security group for web server. And generally if it is creating a security group for web server, what does it mean? It will be creating two role permission there. One, because it is connecting to the instance which is Linux based, so it will be giving allow for SSH, as well as one more role will be there, one more allow condition will be there, that's for 80, because you are making a web server there, so port number 80 should be allowed. So these two allowed condition will be there in this security group. That is one task it will perform, and then the second task it will perform, that it will create a web server, and that web server is nothing else, it's an instance running on Linux operating system. So if you are okay that yes, this looks okay, it's okay, it is fine, you can continue with it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going back. I say okay, that's fine, cool. So I just again choose sample template. Which template we were looking? Lamp. Let's go to now next, because we have seen what it will be doing. Go to next. Give any stack name, any name to this stack. So let us give this stack name. Let's say that Saurav testing, or maybe just let's give this name like this. CloudFront stack 01, like that. Is it okay if I give the stack names CloudFront stack 01? Parameter, this is what we have to set, because you know that this stack is going to create an EC2 instance where the database will be there. So because of that, it is asking me few questions here, like what is the database name you want to have for your MySQL. So here is MySQL database name, and here is the name you can set. Whatever name you want to give to your database, you can set from here. For me, I go with the default name, that is my database, no problem. Then it is asking me database password. So let me set any password for my database. Then it is asking me to set a root password for database. Same database password, database root password. So maybe I can set here anything else. Thereafter, what is the database username you want to have? So you can choose any. You can give your name or your IT employee name or whatever name you want to give to your database user. For me, I will be going with the name admin, which is not showing here, but I have typed admin here. Then instance type, because this stack is going to create an instance, EC2 instance. So what type of instance do you want there? So for me, I will choose the instance type, maybe t2.micro, because it is free to use. So I go with t2.micro. That's the instance type I have choose. Key name. This is one thing actually I missed to tell you, that this is required whenever we are performing this practical. So generally, if you are working in any company, you will already having multiple key name there. For us, we don't have, because I delete everything after completing the practical. So let's perform one more task before I continue with this. Let's go to services. Let us go to the EC2 console, because key we create from the EC2 console. So at the EC2 console here, When you reach there, you see running instance I have 0. I don't have any running instance. I don't have any key pair. So whenever you create any new instance, by default a key pair gets created there. Or if you have already created one key pair, the same key pair can be used by multiple instances. So what we need for today practical is, we just need a key pair here. It is asking me key name. So I don't have, because my key pair are 0. So let me just create only key pair. How we can create? We can directly click here also from the dashboard and we can create a key pair, or you can scroll down and you can check here in the network and security where is the option of key pair. We can click on the key pair button and we can create a key pair. This key pair is required whenever you are doing a SSH, telnet, or you are doing access to that EC2 instance. This is the key pair required. Even if you are using, maybe you are making Windows instance, so RDP require a key, and that key you get from this key pair. So let me just give any name to this key pair. Maybe I give this name my key 01. This is the key I am making maybe, and I'm going with the PEM format that is used for the SSH. If you go for PPK, it is used by PuTTY. So if you are trying to do access through the PuTTY, you have to convert this PEM file to the PPK. So now we let's continue create key pair. So now at least we have one key pair that is known as my key 01, and it gets downloaded also because it is required whenever you are doing SSH or RDP of your machine. So now if I go here, actually it is not going to represent coming here immediately because I need to do refresh, and it is possible that when I do the refresh, I have to again follow those steps once again. You see here, I have to follow once again the step, use a sample template. What template I was using? LAMP stack. I go with the next. What name I was choosing? So I was giving the name, a stack name that was CloudFront stack 01. That's the name I have decided to go with it. The database name I left it default. Password I was setting here. Then root password I need to set up. And thereafter I just have to mention any username. Then the instance type I was choosing t2.micro. Here in the key name, now you see the name is appearing my key 01. So select that key. Who can do the SSH to this instance? So by default it is selected 000/0, means any IP with any subnet mask, they can do the SSH to this instance. So I go with next. If any tag if you want to add for this machine, for example I want to add a tag of that this is going to work for my department of web developer. Just tag is optional, so I'm just giving something to identify this machine with the tag. Permission, let me go with the default, so I just go with the next. And my template is ready. This is the review page. Just review and click on create a stack. Before I click on create a stack, let me show you here. Still if I go to EC2 dashboard, you see there is no any running instances. That is 0. So now I'm going to show you just from the CloudFormation by creating a stack, how we can create an EC2 instance, how we can create security group. So let's see here. As soon as I click here, create a stack, the task has been executed. User initiated create in progress CF stack 01 at this date, this time zone. If I refresh, again it is telling me create in progress, then create complete. What completed? Web server security group. It has created a group there, security group. Let's refresh more. Then after creating security group, it has gone to creating in progress of web server instance. And then it has gone to again web server instance. Refresh. And we just wait for a moment to get it refreshed when the instance will be also created. So up to now, it has just completed one task, that is creating a security group. Now it's almost ready, so it should be coming in within few seconds. Just wait for a moment. So still it is in create in progress. Because it is going to launch that instance. This side also we can do a refresh and we can see running instance. Now you see it is already changing to 1. That means it has almost, it is about to finish. Until unless it will not execute properly this task, it is not going to show me the completed. Now you see here create complete. What it has completed? Wave server instance. If I refresh, it will also notify to the stack that yes, create is completed. Now we can check, we can verify in the EC2 dashboard that yes, there is a running instance 1, and if you click on that running instance, it will also show you the status of that instance. That you see here the instance has been created, that is department is web developer. That's the department we gave it to you. How it has been created? With the help of AWS CloudFormation. You can see here CloudFormation logical ID this AWS CloudFormation, here the ARN detail of it. Then AWS CloudFormation stack name is CF stack 01. Instance ID we have decided to go with t2.macro. Availability zone it has taken by itself. Instance state is running. Still it has not gone to 2x2 check. Alarm status is none. Public IP, public DNS, sorry, public IP address here. And some other details are here. Key name I have used mykey01. And security group it has created CF stack. So that means security group is also created with the help of a stack. We can verify that. Let's click on the security group. So this is the security group it has created also, because the stack was performing 2 tasks. One is creating security group, one is creating the instance. So if I go to this security group, click on it, you can check in the inbound rule. By default it is SSH and HTTP both are allowed from any of the source address, because this security group has been made for wave server. So by default the port number 80 they have also allowed. So this is the security group attached to our EC2 instance. Let's go back again to instance to check what is the status now. Still initializing. Meanwhile we can give the name. So this is which kind of instance we have. We have our Linux wave server or something like that you can type. So this is one of instance we created with the help of CloudFormation and with the help of a stack. And which type of template? Sample template. With the help of sample template we executed the task, we created the stack, and we finalized with the creating an EC2 instance. These all tags, these are the tags. So do you want to see this tag? Okay, if you don't want to see the tag, you can simply go to the tag button of this machine and you can hide them also. For example, I don't want to see the name or department or AWS login logical ID. I can hide that column. I can hide that maybe department tag also. Hide the column. So now you see department, cloud ID, those are not being shown here. If I want to keep the department, I can show from here. So it will be showing me. Other detail if I don't want, I can hide them. So now you see it is directly showing me the name, department, and then other information. No any detail about CloudFormation. So this way this instance is ready. It is 2x2 check event, meaning that everything is very fine. You can check, go to description. This is the public IP of this machine. Let's copy it and let's try to paste it here. Because it is running LAMP, Linux, Apache, MySQL and PHP, meaning that it is already having everything ready for the web server with the PHP. So when you open with this, you see this is giving me the default page of PHP from the help of CloudFormation. So here is the welcome to AWS CloudFormation PHP sample. This is the site we have opened. If you go and replace this page with any site in your company website, that will be shown here properly with this IP address. So now what exactly we have learned here, what we have seen that with the help of CloudFormation, we are able to execute the JSON sample code, and that sample code has helped us to create a security group and EC2 instance. So this way we are done with the one part, that is how we can use the sample template to complete the task, complete or creating the stack. So now we can see a stack information, what it has, what we have said here, event, what it has done. So it gone for the progress, then created, completed, all the detail. Resources. So these are the resource what we have created. Two resource has been created. One is security group and one is instance. This is security group and this is instance, EC2 instance. Output, if there is any. So this is the output we have. Website URL is this. This is URL for newly created LAMP stack. So anybody can copy this address and they can use this address as an URL for the LAMP and they get the website. That's really great. That's the output of this task which we completed with the stack. Then the parameter. What parameter we have set for this stack? So database, we have set the name of database, database password. We have set database root password. We set DB user. We set instance type t2.macro, key name, mykey01, and we have allowed SSH location any. This is what the parameter we set. Template, what command it has used? So this is the command what it has used. This is actually the command. Can you see now how big the command is? So if you copy this command also and if I paste it in your notepad and save it as a JSON file, this can be again used any number of time to create same type of instance. Or maybe by doing some editing there, you will be easily able to use this as a code. For example, if your condition gets changed, maybe the DB name you don't want to go with my database, this time you want to go with the DB name anything else, you just change this area only in your code and then you can use the same code to execute the new task. So it is very simple way of creating a new stack with the help of sample file. Now let us go back. Let us go to the again a stack. So we go here, we click on a stack. We can see there is only one stack, and because of this stack we have one instance running over there. Similarly, if you want to make maybe Windows machine or something, you can also perform the same task. Another thing very interesting, that if I delete the my stack, it will directly affect my instance also and security group also. Whatever has been created with because of this stack, that will be affected. Let me show you the example of it. So if I delete my stack, right now you see there is already instance which is running well. But if I go to a stack and I delete this stack, so now delete is in progress. That's the event right now. And because it is going to be deleted, whatever information, whatever object has been created because of this stack, let's try to see the status of that. We refresh, and here you will be seeing some difference, that now this Linux web server, the one which was created because of that stack, we created it with the help of that stack. If you check the status of it, it is getting shutting down, and once it will be shut down, it will be terminated also, it will be deleted also, it will be removed permanently also, because I have deleted my CloudFormation stack. I am deleting. Because of that, the instance is also going to be deleted. Plus, if you check for the, let's try to check for the group, because the one of the group was also created because of this stack. So let's try to have a look here. Here you can also see, I'm not able to expand, but you see only one security group is now there, one by one. That is the default security group, not because the one we created with the help of a stack. So meaning that when we delete the stack, it immediately gets affecting it affect our any of the object also which we have created or updated with the help of a stack. So my group is also deleted, as well as if I check my EC2 instance is also being shutting down, and then it will be terminated. You can see here, terminated. And as we know that this EC2 instance, whenever we terminate manually also, it can take like few minutes, approx up to half an hour, to be completely removed from this panel, around 20 minutes. So if we wait for 20 minutes, we will see that this name will disappear. So this was one example I have shown you with the help of sample template. Similarly, let me go with one more example here, same type of. Again, we go with maybe create a stack with new resource. Again, I go with sample template. Maybe I want to create a Windows machine already with the Active Directory. So you see, I can choose Windows with Active Directory. And if you go in view in designer, you can see what it will do. So the more interesting thing that you will see, it is not only going to create one of my instance, but it is also going to make it domain controller. So it will have an instance that is going to be a domain controller. It will also attach already a domain member security group. It will also have one more security group for domain controller, and then it will also have the domain controller wait condition. These two. So this is the task what it will be performing, and here is the code. If you go to JSON, this is the code what it is going to execute. If you go to YAML, this is the code it is going to execute. So the good part is, for example, if I want to perform this task not from the sample, maybe I want to have something from my side, I can simply go to JSON, and I can, or maybe even YAML, and I can go here, Control A, Control C to copy, and I can simply open the notepad and I can paste this code there, and I can do the editing whatever I want. You can see now, and then you can save this file and it will become as your code, and that you can again execute. Here you can check, for example, I don't want to go with the instance type, that is M for large. I want to go to T2 nano this time maybe. So if I will replace this word here with any option which is here. T2 micro, T2 nano, T1 micro, M1 small, M1 large, I can copy and I can use here. This is the allowed value. Similar to that, about the domain DNS name. So you can give any name here rather than saying this. You can give any value there, but that will be coming in the question part. So here you can see, I'm not going to save it. I go back. Again, I choose the sample template. I go with maybe Windows Active Directory. Now you will see that when I go to next, it will be asking me some parameter like what will be your FQDN name, what will be your NetBIOS name, what will be your instance type, key name. So again, I can use that key, same key. Restore mode password, because it is Active Directory. So for AD, what restore mode password you want to use. Then source CIDR for doing RDP, who can do remote desktop to this machine, that you can define, and go to next and create the stack. And you know what will be the result. It will create one EC2 instance here with the Active Directory also already there. So this is some of the example I have shown you. How do we use the stack with the help of sample template. Now let us move to the third part, how we can use the designer to create a template. So let's try to now do the experiment with the third option in the stack. Let's go to create template in designer. We are this time going to get a designer directly, wherefrom we can create the template. So if you know JSON language, if you know YAML, you will be choosing this option always. So go with the create template in designer. Now what it is going to do is, it is going to open for me the designer. This is what called as a designer interface. We have here some areas, like this is my resource type area. This is my work area where I'm going to get my work, and you can see how the template and what template is going to do. This is the area where the code you are going to write, and this is the area of message. If you test the code, this is the area where you get error or something. So I hope now it is clear. This is just a zoom in, zoom out button. So let's do some experiment here. Maybe I want to create some instance here. What I want, I repeat again, maybe I want to create one EC2 instance with the help of a stack, with the help of CloudFormation stack. So if I know JSON language, I can directly start writing the code here. I can delete all the existing things and I can start writing the code here. So the code is going to be something like this. You will start here with the open bracket. Now why it is showing me this cross button here? Because only open bracket is not good. So we have to have a close bracket too. So now you see this cross has been removed. But now we have to just keep here open bracket and then I hit enter because I have to add something between open bracket and close bracket, right? So now in open bracket I am going to write some information. For example, what I want to do is as soon as I put the this symbol, automatically it will be 2 because it's supposed to be in a start as well as in the end of your word, whatever you are writing. So for me, I'm going to type here resource. What I want is I want to have resources. What resources I want to go with? So I put a space, column, a space. Then maybe if my resource are many or I want to have much detail on the resource, what I can do is I can just put a open bracket here again and the close bracket. But again keep in your mind that this close bracket should go down because here you are going to write some information first. So inside of that I want to create what? Instance. So I have to give first of all the name of the instance. What instance name you want to create? Maybe I want to create Amazon Linux or Windows Server 2019 or whatever name you want to give. For me, maybe I want to tell that I will say here name this Saurav Wave Server or maybe Saurav Amazon Linux, something like that. So this will be the instance name. This is what actually instance name, or I can make it simple Saurav instance 01. So that is instance name. When it will be created in the EC2 instance, this will be the name here. All right. Then after defining the name, what I'm going to do here is within that instance also, maybe I want to add some more information. So I will put here again an open bracket and a close bracket. Now you see something, because I have mentioned it is telling me designer is out of date, hit refresh, meaning that because of this command at least something can be show here. So let's try to just refresh and we see what it can show. Right now nothing. All right, no problem. Let's try to define, because I haven't defined what exactly it is. I have just given the name. So let me define the type. So I mention here, I go to this line. I mention here, I want to have a thing that is type is type. I have that is AWS column EC2 column instance. What I want to have is EC2 instance. Now I am still going to continue because I have to just add something more information. So if you are continuing, you haven't closed the bracket, so you are going to put here the this kind of things, comma. So when I put comma, again it shows me cross because after comma I haven't mentioned anything. After comma means there has to be something else. So I go to next line and I add some more information. Maybe the next information I want to add is properties. What property I want to see there? That is maybe open the bracket for the properties now. Close the bracket as well, but put a gap there. So in the properties, very first property I want to maybe define, that is because we are creating instance, right? So instance generally we create with the help of AMI, Amazon Machine Images. So I am going to give the first property, that is my image ID. Image ID. Which image ID I would like to use here? So that my image ID is, now I have to mention here the image ID. Where from I can see the image ID? Let me show you from here. When you are creating any EC2 instance, what are the formats you use? You go to launch instance, right? So very first question what it is going to ask you when you are creating a EC2 instance, which AMI you want to use? Are you going to make Windows machine or Amazon Linux machine or Red Hat Linux machine? Which Amazon machine image you want to use for your EC2 instance? So same thing it is asking me here now, image ID. So what I can do is, whatever operating system or what type of image I am looking for, I just have to check that name. Maybe I want to make Amazon Linux, so I will just copy the ID of it. This is the Amazon machine image ID. Copy this name and use it in my command. So this is my image ID is this one. This is the image ID it will use. And that's it. Now let's try to add some more information. That again I put at the comma, so it is showing me cross here because I have to add. So next thing I'm going to add here, that is instance type. Because we have to define which type of instance you are looking for. I forgot to mention actually this one. So we can add it, no problem. Instance type. Now what instance type you want to use? So maybe I want to go with the t2.micro. So I say t2.micro. That's the instance type I want to use. Then one more important thing is now key name. Because I said key is very necessary. Without key we can't do the remote login or we can't do the access of that instance. So I say here key name, and here I am going to define the key name. So if you remember key name, please help me. So I can check from here what is my key is. So I go to EC2 console. I already have a key pair. So what's the name of that key pair? That's the name. This is what I have to mention there. So let's go there and paste that name, mykey01. I hope you can understand now what I am doing actually. So this way we have added it, the key pair. And still somewhere it is missing one thing. After property I have opened the thing, that is okay. Image ID looks okay. Let me just check where is the mistake. Oh, I haven't put here the column. You see, I have to mention here the column. So key name is my key. So this way generally we write the code with the help of JSON. Once you have written the code, if you want to test it, what you are going to do now is, there is a button here. This button is, if you put your name, validate template. Let's try to test, or we can refresh here. First check, is it showing something here? No. Let's try to click on it, validate. Validating the template, the command which you have mentioned, is it okay or is it having any problem? You see here, there is an error. Template contains error, template format error, at least one resource member must be defined. Wow. So resource member we haven't defined it, that's why maybe it is giving me the error. So this is one option actually. Here you see it is also giving me an error here exactly. So this way we have to be learning JSON, then you will be able to write this code. or either one more option is there, you can try that method also, that is very easy. So what exactly we want, let me delete everything and then I show you second method. Second method is, what exactly our plan is? Our plan was to have the create EC2 instance. So look here in the resource type EC2. EC2 is here. Expand. What in EC2 you want to do? Maybe you want to create instance. So click on instance, drag it and drop it here. So meaning that you have choose that what your stack will be doing, creating an instance. Now let us just make a bit bigger. So this is the instance now we have. By default, when you click on this instance, here it is giving me the code already. Now we can just do the basic changes in this code. You see the code I was writing also exactly the same it is. So now what we can do is, maybe we can just do some basic changes. For example, I want to have my instance name what? Right now instance name is EC. So what was our plan? Saurav instance 01. So this way you can change the name and you can just refresh here to see the effect. Let's try to refresh once again. It's still giving me some error, just a minute. Let me delete it and try once again. So for deleting, take right click, go to this delete button. Let's just repeat this step. So what I was doing that, I go to here, instance in my EC2. So in the EC2, I have the instance here, drag and drop. Here we were doing the edit part. So maybe again, let's check with the changing name only. If I give the name now, like this, I gave this name now, and now let's try to verify that. So let's refresh. Let me make it zoom, maybe it is just, we can this way drag it in front. So here it is giving me the condition for the host ID and other things. So we can again verify and check. So let us just try to maybe do some few changes inside of it, the name. Maybe just I add here like Amazon Linux, something like this. Maybe I just add in the name. Then I refresh. So this name should reflect here. Let's try to see either it works or not. So now you can see here, if I zoom, if I make it like this, you can see the name here, Amazon Linux, right? So maybe the name I have been using that is already been used or something like that. So now you can see it is showing me Amazon Linux with this name, and this is one of the EC2 instance we are having. Property I haven't defined it, so I can go with this also, or maybe if I want to check or change the property, I can do so that way. We are still writing the script. So let us check first up to this point, is my commands are okay, is it okay? So you can check from here, this button called as a validate template, click on it, validating the template, and it can tell us either it is valid or not. If it will not be valid, it will give me error here. If it is no error, meaning that the template is very much okay and it can be used. Let's try to do some more experiment here. Maybe I just want to change something in properties. So what I will do here is I will just add some information such as image ID. Let's try to add image ID this time from here. Image ID. and I put here the image ID name. So again what I have to do is I have to copy the image ID. Let me just refresh. I am working in North Virginia, so maybe the image ID value may change on the region by, so that's why I'm just trying to refresh, and I will pick the whatever ID is now going to be there. So yeah, it is actually this one. Let us try one more time. Copy, and I am going to paste it here. And let's first check. Let's first test also. Up to now the template is valid or not. Template is valid. So I have added the image ID. Which image ID it will use to make this instance, I have added here already. Now let's try to do some more experiment with it. Next is maybe I want to add the instance type also. So I put here the comma, and in the next line I am going to add here the instance type. Instance type. What instance type I want to have? So maybe I want to have that is t2 dot micro. So let's test up to this point how it is. Refresh here and validate this template. Template is valid, means my commands are okay up to now. It will accept this image ID, it will accept this instance type. One more thing let me add now, that is, so before I add, actually in this line I have to put the comma. Here I am going to add the next thing, that is key name. What key name I want to use? So if you remember, I have the key there created already. That I think it was named as my key 01. So let me just go with it. My key 01. Now let's again refresh and validate it. So now it is again valid, meaning that our codes are ready now. We have made a code here in JSON, that is we are going to create a resource. The name will be Amazon Linux with some number here. Type is, it is going to be an EC2 instance. Properties, I have said that it will use the image ID, this one, so it will install Amazon Linux on it. It will be making instance type t2.micro. We know what it is. It is an instance type. Then it will use the key name, that is mykey01. So now we are ready to test. This is the code we have written with the help of designer. Now what is the next step? When you already designed, when you already test, and if you see when you are doing the validating of the template, if it says okay, next task we perform is this one. This task is just to save this, or you can say like you are going to do on the stack. Now you are going to create the stack with the help of the code which we have written manually. So let's click on this. What it is doing, that it is going to copy this code and it is going to save to Amazon S3. That is on external, not on my bucket. It is on external, and it is giving me the link, that this is the link of your code. It has been saved there. So now you can go with this. You can create your a stack with the help of this code. So I go with the next. I give any name to this stack. So maybe I give the name of a stack, that is Amazon Linux creating a stack, something like that. Go with the next. Let us also try to add maybe some tag. It is optional again, so maybe I just add this time also something. This is OS type Linux, something like that, just for a tagging. And I go with rest as a default. Next. So now we see I'm going to finally click on the create a stack. Before that, we can see here also there is no any Amazon Linux here. This one was actually created before, which is already terminated. So let's click on the create a stack. As soon as I clicked on create a stack, it is showing me creating is in progress. Refresh. Oh, something has gone back. The command has not executed. Maybe it has accepted from this side, but again command is not being executed. So we just have to check again the command which we have written, no problem. So let me just delete and we try one more time. So we again go to create a stack with the new resource. We just have to use the same method, create template in designer. And we are going to write the code and we will test again, no issue. So up to this time, again I'm going to try. Let's try with this. I have mentioned here the instance and all. So let's first check, validate the template, and let's try to go with it to upload, create the stack. So I will be going with this external, give any name to this stack. So I'm just giving a stack 02, maybe just the name. Next, let's go with the default condition. Department, maybe it is working in IT. Next, create a stack. Let's check this time what is going to happen. Still in the user initiated mode. Oops, it has again roll back in progress and it is going down. Anyway, so you can try with this code. Actually it works so many number of times. Sometime it doesn't work. That is what I have tested many number of time. Okay, no problem. Meanwhile, what we can do, let's try to go with the one more option here, that is same. We can maybe generate the template from there and we can upload that template file and we can also perform the task from there. So maybe with the help of designer, you can design your code. So what we are going to do this time, that we will again go with the designer here. Maybe we write the code here. We are going to just write the code here. So maybe we follow the same thing here. We go to EC2. We go to the instance, we drag, we get here the code, so we can do the changes inside of it. Maybe I have already a code, so I just use that code here and I do the basic changes, whatever the changes require. Like my key is not this one, my key is my key 01, that's the key I am having. Rest I can leave it like that. So I am giving the name, instance name SKS instance 01, instance type, image ID and everything I have already mentioned. So this time what we can do, if it is not directly working, maybe from here we can first check validating. Command has to be okay. See, command is okay. I don't know why it is not just executing. So no problem, we can do one thing. We can copy this all and we can open the notepad and save that code into the notepad, paste it here, that means, and go to save. And here let's try to save it with any name. So maybe I just use a name here, that is Amazon Linux code dot JSON. That's the mandatory. You just have to have the extension of JSON. So let's keep the extension of JSON and click on save on the desktop. Okay, all right. So I have created the file. If I check on the desktop, I will be able to see that code there. This is Amazon Linux code. We can read from here also. We can go for edit and we can see this is the code actually. Now we can check the property of this file. It should be into the JSON. So check, this is JSON file. Great. So now the next thing we are going to perform, that is we go to the cloud formation option, and this time I'm going to use the method that is different. I will be using template is already ready, because if you remember we already have made, we have saved it in a file. So we will go as a template is ready, and here we have not uploaded to S3, we will be using upload a template file directly. So go with this option, choose your file of JSON which you have created. So it is somewhere on the desktop, it is somewhere here, the name Amazon Linux code, open. So this will be added here, and you see it is also saved to the external S3. You can see view in designer what it will be doing. Let's check. So click on view in designer, what the task it is going to perform. So it is going to create an SKS instance. You see exactly the same thing I was doing, but it was failing. No problem, we will come back here and we will check again. So this is what the task it is going to do, right? The same code I was writing here. So let us test this time. Oops. Here is still there is a problem in the file. Have I changed it? Let me check. The key name is not this one. It is my Linux. Sorry, my key 01. Save this file. So we should not be having any error there. We should not be having any problem there. So let's test one more time. What I'm going to do here is I go back. I choose this file once again. We test again in the designer that how the code is and what task it is going to perform. So yes, now key is okay. We have decided, oh, T2 Nano, no problem. So we will make T2 Nano first. We will see it. Image ID is this one. All right. Instance type, everything looks okay. So now what I am going to do is I go back and I will continue this time. So upload, choose the file. We have already tested, so we don't have to test now. Go to next, give any name. Next, leave the tag optional. Go to next, and we finally click on create a stack. Let's see this time what happens. So this time we are performing the same code, but we are using as a directly uploading it. You see here, create is in progress, going, resource creation initiated. We just wait for a moment, it is still going on. We will see the output here, so just wait for a moment to get it done first. Here you see create complete. So same code, you see the same code I'm using here as a file, it is working very fine. So I don't know, maybe some problem can be there. So everything looks okay and fine. So because the stack is done, you see here now, if you refresh, you will be able to see the new instance has been created with the new name SKS instance 01. You see here, and it is running now. If you check in the right side, it is running, it is a still new, so it's being still initializing. So this way we are able to run this JSON code in so many different options. We did it with the help of file uploading, but we can do it directly from the designer also. Same file, we just copy paste in designer and it should work very fine. Let us try. Let's do one more last experiment with it. So maybe I open it, I edit, I just do some change maybe on it. So this time maybe I give the instance name 02. Let's leave rather other default. This time I maybe choose micro. Save the file. and let's do the experiment again. So I go to the CloudFormation, create a stack. I create a new stack with the designer. Create template designer. Or maybe we can do one thing rather than going with this method. We go with the upload, choose the file, choose this file and view in the designer. So let's see, this is what it is ready. This time what is the name is, instance name it is going to create. So in SKS instance 02 you can see now, and it is t2.micro type of. So maybe this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to directly test here template. So this time I'm showing you through the designer itself. Let's try to go with this method. So it is again doing the same task, you see, it's same method it is going to use. Go with the next. Let's give any a stack name. Let's leave tag default, go with the next. Create the stack. So we are again performing the same task, you see. This time it's going to work. So that time I don't know what was the problem. It was just same code we were executing. So now in the instance we will see one more instance will be created. If we just refresh, and you see now one more instance has been created, that is SKS instance 02, and this time how we created it, with the help of designer. We use the designer to see what it will be the giving output. We can do the changes there in the code as well when we are using the designer, and then we can execute. We can make the stack, we can use that stack to do the relevant task. So we have seen that we have used multiple methods to creating the stack. What are those methods are? Let me just give you once again. Template is ready method we have used. Use a sample template method we have used. Create a template in designer method we have used. And when we are using the template is ready, we have two options. Either it is stored somewhere at your S3 URL, or either it can be from directly from your computer. You can directly upload. It will be going to external S3 and you can continue. So that was all actually here. We have been just learning how exactly it works. Now let's do one last thing, that we delete those all instances we created. So if we go to a stacks, we have two stack now. We can select any one of them. We click on delete a stack. So one is in delete. Now let's check this one also, delete. So now we are deleting both of the stack. Because of that, what is going to happen now? At the instance side also, if you refresh, you will see that this two machine also which we have made, what is the status of this machine now is they are shutting down and being terminated. This one is still shutting down, thereafter it will be terminated. So this way what we have observed, that what is the use of CloudFormation. In CloudFormation we create the stack, that a stack can take a help of any of the JSON or YAML code, and with the help of that it can do the automatic creation of your instance, changing, updating. Because in previous session we have also seen how to update any stack. You select a stack and then you go to update, you can do the change in the code and all, and then you can do this update to the object as well. So that was all in this particular session. That was all about the CloudFormation. So here I have I'm going to display the code also. If you want to use the code, you can go with this method. This is the code you can try from your side. If you want to do the practical of CloudFormation, this is the code you can try there. You can use it in designer also, or you can type it in your notepad and save as a JSON file, and you can upload directly also. So this is just a sample I'm giving you to try from your side. And with this note, I would like to end this session. I hope this session was informative enough for you all, and I would like to thank you for watching.